spoiling?
I think he was king of the castle, and I think that's what he prefers to be.
Yes, you like to lift my leg up for some reason. I don't know what's going on with that. So if you're interested in Bosco or any other animals they have here at Haven Humane Society, be sure to give the number on your screen a call, and they'll take care of you here at Haven Humane. So thank you, Katrina. Thank you, Bosco. Good luck to you. Oh, what a great dog. We'll see you next week for another Pet of the Week.
This May, get active with the Shasta Bike Month and Challenge. For both beginner and experienced cyclists, you can ride anywhere, anytime during the month of May. Whether it's to work, the store, or a leisurely spin on a trail, every ride counts. Join the challenge and log your rides with the Love to Ride platform. Compete as a team of coworkers, friends, or family. Every bike ride you take earns you chances to win local prizes. Sign up today at ShastaBikeChallenge.org.
From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Cascade Paint Supply is Reading's oldest family-owned paint store, established in 1953. We are the largest Dunn Edwards dealer in the nation, and most of our products are made in the U.S. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to answer your questions and help you today.
Well, those tickets are selling quickly, folks, and there are some days that are actually sold out for the Reading Rodeo for next week. So you need to go online to readingrodeo.com and get your tickets, or you can call the box office at 241-8559. and they can sell some tickets to you as well. But, there's a very good chance that the day you want to go, it may be sold out, so you need to make sure that you get those tickets in early. And by the way, we've got a ticket giveaway here at Weather NorCal. Got several tickets to give away here that will be starting that giveaway next week. And the entries, all you have to do to enter is email me at mkruger@weathernorcal.com, or you can go to weathernorcal.com, click on Contact, fill out the form, and push send, and you will be entered for the contest. All right, so here's what we got. Warming trend through Saturday. After today, we do expect Valley to reach the low to mid 90s for those daytime highs. Not quite as warm as initially thought, but still getting warm nonetheless. And maybe eventually looking at some showers by early next week, along with that cooler air that's going to be moving in. We're going to be going most likely from the 90s in the Valley on Saturday to the upper 60s to low 70s by next Monday. So quite a drop in those temperatures. But after that, we do have a gradual warming trend with highs near normal near the end of next week. So a bit of a roller coaster ride with those temperatures. And for those of you that just want a quick look at your forecast here for tonight and tomorrow, here's a look at Kruger's Quickcast here for your Wednesday, May 7th. Temperatures tonight dropping down somewhere in the mid-50s, give or take here for the Valley. Temperatures 30s and 40s for the mountains. And we've got those mid to upper 40s overnight tonight for the coast. Out the door tomorrow morning, still some fog and some low clouds along the coast, mainly clear skies though elsewhere. Now, temperatures are going to be a bit on the mild side, but generally in the 50s for the eastern mountains, low 60s for the Valley by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So you can see the boundary that kind of moved on through here for today, that's going to be moving on out, and we're going to see high pressure build in behind that. So we look at futurecasts as we go into tonight. There you can still see some of the fog along the coast here for tomorrow morning, but mainly clear skies elsewhere across Northern California. Now through the day on Thursday, we'll probably see a lot of the clouds and the low clouds for the coast kind of dissipate. Maybe some afternoon clouds for some of the higher elevations on Thursday, but clearing out again by Thursday night. So a dry and warmer day tomorrow. We're going to be flirting with, if not reaching that 90-degree mark as early as tomorrow for the Valley, 70s and 80s for the higher elevations, and looks like in the upper 50s to even some low 60s for some of those daytime highs for those of you along the coast. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast for the Valley. As I mentioned, around 90 by tomorrow, low 90s by Friday, Saturday. There's that dip in the temperatures by Mother's Day. Slight chance for showers, but significantly cooler on Monday. And then temperatures gradually but slowly increasing as we go through next week. Coast, inland, and for Trinity County, we may see some showers as early as Sunday, better chances Monday, and possibly into Tuesday. And also that gradual increase in the temperatures through next week. Siskiyou, Modoc County, Eastern Mountains, still keeping the chance for showers on Monday for most of the mountains here, although places like Siskiyou County could see a slight chance for some showers by late in the day Sunday, but again, those better chances coming in Sunday night and into Monday as well. That's a look at Kruger's Quickcast. You want to remind you there's a free Weather NorCal app. Just search for Weather NorCal in the App Store. Make sure there's a space between Weather and NorCal. Download the app for free. You're going to like what you see, folks, because it's everything you need right there on your phone, and it's a hyper local to Northern California forecast. All right, so let's take a look at the satellite image again. We're seeing that those clouds that kind of pushed on through today, but overall I do expect drier and warmer conditions for tomorrow. And even some of the morning fog that we do see along the coast here for tomorrow morning, that should burn off by the afternoon. Speaking of the afternoon, maybe some afternoon clouds for some of the higher elevations, but mainly remaining dry. And then looks like for Friday morning, that fog returns to the coast. Friday afternoon, that fog may stick around for the coast with some afternoon clouds in the mountains in particular, but still dry for your Friday and, of course, for your Saturday, too. Let's take a look at the big picture here and the long-range forecast. See the swirling area of low pressure? This right here is a trough of low pressure. It's got colder air associated with it. We'll get into that a little bit later. But this right here is the wet weather that's associated with it. So as early as Sunday, I think the coast, maybe even Siskiyou County, could see some light showers for Sunday. But by Sunday night into Monday, that area of low pressure then pretty much moves overhead, and that's when we see a chance for showers for everyone. I don't expect this to be a ton of rainfall, but the most amount of rainfall will be for the coast and the higher elevations. Now, once we get into Tuesday, that area of low pressure will start to shift off to the east, and chances for showers do diminish after Monday, Tuesday. But you can see these weak systems kind of approaching Northern California, and that could bring us a chance for some mountain showers off and on for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, even Friday into that next weekend. But overall, I expect the valley to remain dry because that's obviously the big concern. We've got the Reading Rodeo starting next Wednesday. The question is, will it be dry for all of those events, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and that Saturday? At this point, yes, I think we're going to see dry conditions. But you look at this, you see a big blob of green here from May 13th through the 17th, and you're like, wow, look at all the rain that we've got from Northern California. Keep in mind, this is not an indication of how much rain we're going to see, but what it is it says, hey, listen, there is a pretty decent chance of seeing above normal rainfall, but not during this entire time frame. Within this time frame, you've got that. And here's what I'm expecting, that the best chances for rain and measurable rainfall will be Sunday night through the day on Monday. So these totals that you see here are mainly for that time frame. Now, it includes Tuesday as well, but that rain won't start until Sunday afternoon, Monday, and then maybe some showers for some of the mountains on Tuesday. But I think this model might be overdoing it, but you get the idea. You see the blues here indicating an inch and even over an inch. These colors here indicating, like close to 2 inches of rain. Again, I think it's overdoing it. For the valley, I think this is also overdoing it, quite honestly, especially for the north end of the valley where it's showing close to 1/4 of an inch of rainfall. But I still think there could be some measurable rainfall for parts of the valley for Monday, but by Tuesday it should dry out and most of it will be in the higher elevations. So you can see the most amount of rainfall is in the coast, for the mountains, for the foothills east of the valley, and then not as much rainfall for places in the eastern mountains here. All right, so temperatures now. Look at this. Again, you look at this, oh, wow, it's going to be cold out there. No, but what this is saying is you take our normal temperature, what are our chances of seeing below normal temperatures? And they're looking pretty good as we go through next week. And you can clearly see that. There's the warmer air. There's the warming trend for the next couple of days as that high pressure actually centered off to our east, but it does spill over into Northern California. And this is the low 90s we do expect in the valley for your Friday and Saturday. This cooler air, this moves on in, and that's when we see that big drop. I think many in the valley by Monday and even Tuesday may struggle to get out of the 60s, believe it or not. But it probably somewhere around 70, give or take here for Monday, Tuesday. That cooler air moves out, but then we get another shot of cooler air coming in from the Gulf of Alaska near the middle and latter part of next week. This will basically just keep our temperatures at bay. This is not quite as cool as this pocket of cooler air, so probably closer to the mid to even upper 70s and eventually some low 80s by the time we get into the end of next week. In fact, you can see that long-range trend here, 10 days for Reading. Temperatures low 90s by Friday, Saturday, big drop. See how I said struggling to get out of the 60s by Monday, Tuesday, and then just gradually ticking back upward as we go through next week, but most likely not that much higher than normal for this time of the year. So we take a look at the wave heights. They're not going to be changing much here as we take you into your Thursday. Actually start showing signs a little bit of retreating on Friday, but not much going on there. No small craft advisories. Shouldn't really be any issues if you need to be on a small boat. So as you saw earlier, temperatures mid, maybe some upper 50s for the valley, 30s and 40s for the higher elevations, and somewhere in the mid 40s overnight for the coast. So Trinity County for your Thursday. Temperatures mainly in the 80s, south of Highway 299, temperatures in the 70s. Dry through Saturday, maybe a chance for showers by Sunday for Trinity County. For the North Coast, inland and the coast, seeing chances for